Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, come on in. At the Rural Report, let the prepping begin. We'll teach you the skills you need to survive. Join our community, let's thrive and thrive. Gather round, don't be shy. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, come on in. At the Rural Report, let the prepping begin. We'll teach you the skills you need to survive. Join our community, let's thrive and thrive. Gather round, don't be shy. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, come on in. At the Rural Report, let the prepping begin. We'll teach you the skills you need to survive. Join our community, let's thrive and thrive. Gather round, don't be shy.
And we are live. At least that's what the little thingy up there in the corner says. So hello, everybody. Welcome to, as you just heard, Workshop Wednesday. I had a little bit of some people saying that with the ads and everything, they were having a little bit of trouble when they were coming in and whatnot. And so I figured I'd have a little bit of a playful, fun way of, giving everybody a little something until everybody can get in here and enjoy it, right? So let's go ahead and do what we always do while notifications are going out and say some hellos. So I see STP is first. Welcome. Great to see you here. Texas, never a show until we get a 308 by 308. I see Genesis is here. Shalom, my brother. Great to see you. Janet's popped in. Hello, hello. Great to see you here. And somebody's got still a bunch of boxes. Hope you're getting all moved and everything. Let's see who else is in the house. Everybody is saying hello. Susan is here. Hope you are doing well. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Oh, I see the legend himself, the Orlando Prepper. Great to see you. I was reading in the chat before we came on. Good to see that you made it through. Minimal damage. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Heaven's Fire's coming in, as well as hanging out with Grandpa. So hello, Grandpa. Great to have everybody here tonight. Who else do we have? Did I miss anybody? There is the original. That is the Off-Grid Master. Thank you for stopping on by. I see Lynn is here. Welcome. Great to have you, Lynn. I even think I gave you a wrench. I think I just popped it in. So there is Palmetto Paratrooper. What is up, my friend? Great to see you. We got Agent 99. Howdy, howdy. Great to see you here. Everybody's talking about some stuff, so we're going to get into some of that too. I'm going to finish out my hellos to everybody. Dun, dun, dun. And I think I caught everybody. So welcome to everybody. Great to have you. Great to see you guys. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time here and hanging out. If you are new here, which I didn't see anybody, but that's okay. This is a 1-hour live stream Q&A. This is a show completely about you. I come in completely, no script, no nothing. It goes completely by the chat. Whatever questions, comments, concerns, topics, whatever you want to talk about, drop it in the chat. We will discuss, we will answer, we will do whatever we can do to facilitate some of that, right? As anybody would see, there's a ton of blue wrenches because I love pretty much every single one of you, right? So we hand out blue wrenches because you guys come back, you support, and I trust you. So if you are new here, just make sure that you are participating. Put something in the chat that is constructive, has substance and all that. If you are here to cause trouble, you will not last very long. If you are here on the replay, then I want to say thank you for stopping in for the replay. And then let me make sure that I've got everything here. So, and then I see, we got another one popped in. Troy is here. Hello, Troy. Glad to see you, my brother. Thank you for stopping on by. So, with all of that fun stuff, let's jump on in because I'm seeing a ton of 5x5. So that means I'm doing pretty good, right? Um, let's go to what was the first one right there? What do we all think of the VP pick of the blue team, right? I've seen a lot of people come up of what everybody thinks, and that's kind of my answer in the very shortest of terms, right? Yep, there you go. Uh, da, da, da. Thought it was an ad. I don't know. I'm gonna take it as a compliment. That means that my skills are going up, right? Let's see. And I definitely get where you're coming right there. I fully understand on that one. Oh, we got another one. Travels and gardening with DJ. Great to see you. I was watching some of your stuff the other day. Let's see. Yeah, that's why you do the countdowns. When I was asking some of the people, they were sitting there saying that it would be up to like 45 seconds before it would catch up and come back on. So that's why I was like, I've got to figure something out for about a minute or so. Let's see. The Stone Temple pilots are here. Oh, good stuff. Okay, let's see. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. I am here to cause trouble. You caused the good type of trouble though. That's the good stuff. Yep, I will give you that one right there. Uh, yeah, there's a bunch. Oh, we have Mr. JS Badger himself. Great to have you here. Wonderful that you can join us. I always enjoy Badger. Badger's a good dude. Good dude. Lied about his military service, and if you guys did not catch it, I believe it was MSNBC. They were even talking about him lying about his record, which surprised me. I really thought that of that channel that they would, focus on the good and everything. But they were actually going, oh yeah, he lied about his military service. And it caught me completely off guard. I was not expecting that. So let's see. I think most of us are in agreement of what we think about that. Did you guys see what JD Vance did to her today? I'm curious to see if anybody caught that one. It made its rounds on a few of the other social medias. I didn't see it on Facebook or anything like that, but it was definitely an interesting move. Some even called it a little bit childish and whatnot. Orlando saw it. For those of you that didn't see it, Kamala had the blue and white, so Air Force Two, on the tarmac. And JD decided to roll on up in there and go see if she wanted to talk to the reporters and do all that without a teleprompter. And then when that didn't happen, he just basically started to have some fun saying, I'm just checking out my new airplane that I'm going to get in a couple of months and all that. So I don't know. I don't know if that was a great move. I mean, I thought it was funny, but there we go. There we go. Let's see. Worse than a veteran, exaggerate or lie about their service than a civilian to pretend to have served. Ooh. Yeah. I never thought to compare. I can see your point on that. Yeah. He's to the left, for the left. Yeah. Air Force Two is soon to be his. Saw it and loved it. Yeah. Um, and it's interesting times that we live in. I was actually taken back a little bit. I was listening to some of the people kind of out into a store, if you will. They were talking about the things that were going on in the world, and I didn't know who they were, and they were kind of catching on. They were going, all this stuff going on in the Middle East, and he goes, everything that I keep hearing and keep seeing is it's imminent. It's 24 hours. It's the next 24 hours. It's tomorrow. This guy said it's going to happen tonight, and it never does. And I'm like, wow, they're suddenly catching on, So that gave me a little bit of hope when I was overhearing some of that stuff. Let's see. I wish I would have seen that. I thought about actually grabbing that clip and bringing it on for tonight, uh, but I did not have the time. So let's see. I may be wrong, but I think Iran is a paper tiger. There's a lot of speculation, and we can definitely pop into that thing. Um, do you guys think that Iran is going to do this mass retaliation strike that everybody thinks is what's going to happen? Is it are they going to do a huge retaliation? Is it going to be a small retaliation? Is it going to be a covert retaliation? Or is it just going to be a bunch of words and threats and nothing actually kinetic happens? Curious to see. Oh, we have divinely blessed designs. Shalom. Glad to see you. Glad you can make it here. Let's see. Every country except the US is a paper tiger. We're getting close, and this is my opinion of trying to become the paper tiger. Maybe everybody else is the thin paper, and we're like the construction paper or whatnot. Let's see. And that's another one on Israel. If and I'm no military expert, if it was one-on-one, if it wasn't people teaming up, if it wasn't for outside influence or anything, Israel doesn't need people's help. Israel has amazing technology. Israel has advanced military weapons. There's, I forget what article I was reading about the plane that they bought, and this was years ago. They were buying U.S. Fighter jets, and when they come over, uh, they started doing their own modifications to it, going, "Oh yeah, you guys did this, but if you did this, it would make it 10 times better." And it was an incredible thing to see. There's a lot of people that make an argument. I don't know, but they're saying that they have some of the best pilots in the world. And I can kind of see that. They seem to always be on guard, so they would probably get a lot of practice. So it would kind of make sense that they're at least really good, right? Let's see. I think they will do it. They're just getting their ducks in a row and seeing how much cash offers them not to do it. That's a fair point. And keep in mind too, the last time that they did the retaliation, it took them, I think, 12 days to so-called get their ducks in a row. So, if we do a simple comparison from last time to this time, that would put them somewhere about the end of this week would be that 12-ish day time. So, and a lot of things tend to go off in the weekends and things. Plus, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of no TAMs and no fly zones issued. A lot more rhetoric is starting to come out. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, we see movement now," and all this. So it could happen. It could very well. Let's see. I beg to differ. We are weak, and China knows it. Um, and here's my opinion. I don't know if anybody is that superpower that everybody bestows as what a superpower is. I think, and it's nothing against the people in the services, no matter what country. I think the corruption of every single country has degraded and degraded everything militarily wise, that they want to do the show of force and have the reputation, but I don't know if anybody is at that top tier that everybody kind of thinks. I think everybody's kind of put themselves on a pedestal, and I could be wrong. Remember, it's a huge thing all over the world that you have governmental secrets. So maybe I'm completely wrong, and they have space age lasers and lightsabers and all this great stuff that we don't know about. We'll see. We will see. I think Iran is more concerned with finding out how the bomb was placed in their capital. Yeah, and that seems to be more of a story too. It seems to be it got shot from an airplane, it got shot from a helicopter, it got shot from a building. It was planted there. That one doesn't seem to be sticking on, what actually happened. So, yeah, I can see that. They want to figure out what's going on before they do their strike. I could definitely see that. Great Britain's on fire, but everything's fine. It's fine. And it's more than just Great Britain. There's a lot over there in Britain, UK area, all that stuff. Up there in Ireland, there's what else do we got? Oh, I can't think of the name of the Bangladesh. The prime minister of Bangladesh had to be airlifted and flown to India. Venezuela is having all sorts of problems. There's like 2 or 3 coups simultaneously going on in Africa. There's so much going on. It's fine. Yep, it's completely fine. Let's see. Oh, I see Sub the Daisies here. Hello, ma'am. Great to see you here. There is Devil Dog Prepper himself. Brother, thank you so much for stopping in. Great to see you. Prayers. I hope everything's going well for you, sir. Let's see. Everyone is waiting for Iran, wondering what's going to happen somewhere else while we all focus on them. Very good. Yeah, it's the magician thing, right? It's the sleight of hand. Look over here and pay attention to where I want you to pay attention, so that way something can go, can be done without your notice. Don't, or watch the smoke and the flash and don't actually see the signs of what's to come. I don't know. I see, at least in my area, being out into the gas station or the supermarket or anything like that, it seems like the frogs are starting to know the temperature of the water, and there's a lot of more people. Maybe they can't quite put their finger on it, and honestly, I don't know if I can quite put my finger on 100%, but they have something's not right, and I respect that. They're starting to question things. They're starting to go, something more important is going on. Let's see. Dun dun dun. The U.S. has been the greatest military force the world has ever seen since WW2. Yes, we're getting weaker, but still hold that title. Russia, China are both pathetic. Even together, they can't win. And you very well may be right. I am subject to open source intelligence. It's one of them things of, dare I say it, opinion, but it's one of those ones I hope and pray that the time never comes for somebody's opinion to be proved right or wrong. And you gotta at least have the, I don't know what you want to call it. You want to have that sense of pride in your country, and you want to go, yes, we are the greatest. Just like if you were Russian, Chinese, whatever, that you would go, no, we're the greatest. Hopefully that's what they're doing too. But we'll see. Hopefully something happens. Everybody keeps going, wait until the spark goes and then the whole powder keg goes off. I'm hoping for the other thing, hoping that some event happens and everything just kind of calms itself back down. Remember, you can have 2 sides of the coin. We can hope that something happens and everything goes better. Let's see. I was on the inside enough to know you can't win a war with soldiers trained on a video game. Yeah, I will 100% agree with that. Do they have their place? I think that they do. But I think I was watching SOE and they were talking a little bit about this, and they said it's all about strategic mindset. If you have a swarm of drones coming at you, you can either A, focus on the drones, or B, you can focus on the source of the drones, because if you shoot down them drones, the guy's sitting in a trailer somewhere 1,000 miles away and he just launches more drones. If you take out the control side of those drones, now it's much harder to be able to continue on with that. So that was an interesting foresight that they had in that. Let's see. So I made dinner, man, first time since the surgery. That is excellent. That is good news. Good news. Yes. Awesome news. All right, let's see. How about the fact that Waltz couldn't pass a security clearance to take the job with the current administration of the foreign influence? He goes to China every summer. Yes, and I believe he had his honeymoon there, I believe. But here's the thing. Is anybody colored surprised out of any of that? Most of us, I don't know if we have anybody in Minnesota. Do we? Maybe JS Genesis is Minnesota. Um, but for me, I've heard the name in passing, but I didn't know anything about him. Um, let's see. You can absolutely, when you understand how low the tier of opposition is. Yeah, I could see that. Um, yep, and one day at a time, and that right there, that works out a lot of different things. But yes, one day at a time. Yep. Never underestimate an enemy. That is one of the biggest things, and that goes with anything. That does not have to be a two-legged enemy. That's anything that's trying to take you out, period. And so if we put that into a prepping perspective, if you are, you have everything hitting the fan and you go, well, I've got a little bit of food stored up and a little bit of a garden, I'm good. Are you underestimating the enemy of hunger, of something bad happening, of, some of your food's already spoiled or rodents getting to it, or something happens on the outside, animals get to it, or you have a drought? Never underestimate anything that can do you harm. Let's see what you can't do, no matter how your military is, to win a war when your politicians don't want you to. That's a very good point. That's an extremely good point. It's almost in that thing, you can put whatever analogy in there you want. If you got a sports team out there and the coach is calling bad plays and doing all sorts of stuff, you can have the greatest team in the world, but if the leaders don't want it, it ain't gonna happen, right? So yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah, yeah. I read that too. Let's see. Yep, and he was, yeah, he was the one that let it all happen. And here's the thing on all that: if he was in charge of Minnesota, everything was burning down, and then he was finding people trying to reopen their small family owned businesses and things like that. Imagine what would happen if November comes and Team Blue wins. If you have an uprising and he's now in charge of some stuff, what's going to be any different? No, you can't reopen your business. Yeah, everything's on fire, but it's okay. They're just expressing whatever. So, yeah, that's a good point to bring that out. It's a bit late for them to finally start waking up. I'm not sure if it's too late or just in time at this point. And I get what you're saying on that. My thing would be, the best time to start preparing is yesterday. Second best time is now. And it's one of them too. I will continue to say this, and there is no right or wrong way to prepare. You cannot. There is no. You've got to have this name brand. You've got to take this guy's class. You got to. If an event happens and you come out alive, you did it right. Could you have done it better? Yes. But as long as you come out alive, that's the right way. You achieved the goal. You can make it easier. You can make it to where you survived in a much better level of comfort, but as long as you go. So if something is to happen tomorrow morning and somebody woke up tonight and they went out to Walmart or something along those lines, and they went and got a few things, and somebody says, "Uh-oh, hang on." Is that better? There we go. Sorry about that. Man, all right. Let's go back up here. Let's see. Never believe the propaganda. Yep, yep. And he is. I could definitely see. Has nothing to do with the pride in the country. I get what you're saying. I get it. I absolutely get it. Snitch. Yep. Yep. Let's see. More of a smolder, but speeding up has been for a while. Yeah. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. What do you think a drone or cruise system? It's a video game, and it is. I think, and I know that they've done a lot of the military stuff that's switched around to where the controllers are built like an Xbox controller and different things like that. Um, but you still have to have some level of training and some other things. Um, I can see both sides to this kind of debate on this one. Um, do younger people that have a very high talent in playing video games, for it, yes, they have their place. If that is your complete military, I don't think it's good enough. I think you still have to have other operators and things like that. I still personally think you've got to have, door kickers. You've got to have actual boots on the ground. You can do a lot with drones, but I don't think it's enough. But that's just my humble opinion. Let's see. Yeah, and I agree with that. I think they both have their place. They absolutely both have their place. Um, Drones make things, and kind of look at what the Houthis are doing with the unmanned boats and things like that. They're causing a lot of disruption. They're doing damage. They're sinking ships. Drones have their place. The people that operate them, they have their place 100%. I don't think it's enough. But that can change, and I could be wrong. So let's see. Dun, dun. Bum bum bum. I see the passion coming out of this one in here. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Just trying to catch up with the chat since everything went through. Bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. Trying to catch up with you guys. You guys are going through. Yep. Very good point. Thank you, Badger. Very good point. Let's see. It cracks me up to buy the stuff. You won't survive. Yes. Yeah. And I here's my thing on a lot of that. You have to buy name brand. You have to buy this right here. Whatever. And it comes down to the point of that name brand is not going to protect you. Okay, you are buying a brand name. Because you can literally have the same quality, you could have the same everything, put a stamp on one of a brand name that's recognizable and leave the stamp off on another one, and the one with the stamp is worth more money. It's all the higher end stuff and the more stuff, in my opinion, is the people that have a lower amount of skills. Skills takes the place of gear. If you have the talent and the knowledge to be able to fabricate, replicate, repair, anything along those lines, you don't need as much stuff. That's why when you go and you see a lot of the people that are really, really skillful and really, really knowledgeable, when they take a bug out bag, it's got a handful of stuff in there. It's my EDC bag probably has more stuff in it, but it's because of their skill level. I'm not at that skill level, so I need more gear to get me through. So yeah, there's a lot when it comes to that's one that's completely a huge thing in the prepping world. There's a lot of it in the prepping world about you've got to buy this name brand stuff. You've got to buy this or that. 22 is the greatest, 22 is the worst. I don't understand. But again, we're people, right? So everybody's everybody's stuff has a little bit more, right? Let's see. About prepping was saying more we shouldn't have get to this point with prepping. It's too late. Yeah, and I get it. I was trying to spin it over into a prepping thing, but yeah, I understand. And it's that thing too. People will only do what you let them to do. It's kind of like an animal. I was actually talking to Mrs. Rural, and I made this example to her. When we drive by, we're out in the rural areas. There's a fence, and there's a whole bunch of when the neighbors have cattle. If that cow wants to go into the road, it can go to the road. It's going to go. But the illusion of that fence makes the cow stay inside. When we start realizing the illusion of the power, and we put our foot down and say no, that's when change is going to happen. When everybody is scared of what happens when I step outside of that fence, you'll never know. Let's see. Love the country and the troops, hate the government. Yep, right there. That needs to be a t-shirt. You need to make that. Coin that right now, STP. Yeah. Circle is quite small. Yeah, it seems like the older I get, the smaller my circle gets, which I'm okay with. Let's see. That's how I filter the videos when I scroll. Let's see. A lot depends on where the event takes place. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. Very good point. You can't occupy without boots on the ground. You absolutely can win without it. Just ask Japan. We didn't have a single soldier on the main island at the time. I get it. There's a lot to break that down. There's a lot to do that one. I get exactly what you're saying there. We brought something to the table that the world did not have. But I get what you're saying. And just keep in mind, for those that don't know me, I love to debate. I can flip to either side on just about any topic, and I can argue for either side. So let's see. Yes, all right there. Best quality that you can afford. Buy the thing that you absolutely need, use it, and make sure it works for you. You can always upgrade or buy a second one or anything along those lines. Do not go into debt because, any one of them things. And the thing that gets me is the people with clothing. If you are a collector of clothing, I'm sorry, plug your ears for a moment. But Versace, Louis Vuitton, Nike, any one of those, they're laughing all the way at the bank, they don't care. They're just getting a whole bunch of money for you to put their logo on a piece of cloth and material. It's not any higher quality, it's one of those ones. Whatever you have, there is something out there for a lot more affordable that's going to do the same exact outcome. Let's see. The more that you know, the less that you carry. Yes, I could walk into the woods with just a knife and survive, and only suffer a few days. Well, that's good. That is good, and that's one of them things of being able to. That is a goal for a lot of us to get to, is to be able to get to that minimalist mindset that I don't need 100 pounds worth of stuff on my back in my bug out bag. I know how to start a fire and do kindling and how to, navigate and how to do all this stuff without all the fancy gear and gadgets. The more you carry is the more weight that you have, and the more that can break. If you are dependent on a certain object because you don't have that skill, if that gets lost, broken, stolen, misplaced, whatever, now you're completely out. You've gone completely dependent on an item. Let's see. You have to love X, Y, and Z. Yeah, yeah. My circle is a dot. Oh, that took me to a whole different place. I may borrow that for a whole different reason. Let's see. Know a lot of knitters. Let's see. A little slow these days. Don't know. Agreeing with me. Damn brain surgery. Let's see. Oh, Agent 99. Great to have you here. Good night, my friend. Thank you for stopping on by. Did I really get to the bottom of the chat? And it only took me 36 minutes. Excellent. There we go. All right, we went on a high little thing. And speaking of, I usually have one person that always asks, like, what are you wearing? I chose to wear an all white t-shirt, and I am drinking juice out of a Spider-Man cup. So that tells you on how much I really care about name brands. The joys of being a dad. So while you guys are bringing up the next round of topics, questions, and other things, I will share. Little Rural starts school officially, kindergarten, 1 week from today. So next live stream when I come on, he will have his first day of school. So that's I'm going to say Mrs. Rural's probably having a little bit of a meltdown back there. He's excited. I'm excited. I don't know if it's just a guy thing or whatnot, but just a little personal note on our end. Let's see. Go Little Rural. Yeah, he is 10 times of excited. And I might bring him on. I actually thought about doing a whole family show and just doing a pop-up live maybe this weekend. And that way, if anybody happens to pop on, they can ask him some questions, because boy, does he want to be dad. He will sit there and play his games, and he will say, hey, folks, welcome to my channel, and things like that. So cute little thing, right? Let's see. Still spinning out, but I can see the chat. That's not good. Let's see. And my internet's been funky today. Let's see. You should do a video on supplies, like an update to keep it fresh, and see if there's anything we haven't thought of. Very good. I have been asked to do a bunch of different bags. I have been doing a lot of the EDC bags. That's probably the biggest or the most videos that I have is on EDC bags. It's kind of like a wallet or a purse. I can tell you a few things that you probably should, if you should have your driver's license and things like that, in there. But when it comes to a bag, it's extremely personal. You have to build it around you. That's why I do a lot of the EDC bags, to give you an idea. I try and stay away from videos to where people just want to copy me. They just want to be spoon-fed. They want to watch you, take a few notes, and run out and buy everything that you got, and then think that's how you do it. So I try and semi stay away from those. But I see your point, and that's probably a good idea. Congrats to him. Yeah, he's 10 types of excited. So let's see. My kid number 4, I was the one excited about starting school. Yeah, and actually, if I move the backdrop here, all of his school supplies is actually sitting behind me. Let's see. Yeah, I've been having problems too. So, are you going to do a countdown to November 1 of total anarchy? And it depends on who you watch. Some people don't believe that we'll get there. Even Pinball, I believe this morning, said that he's still 50-50 on if we're going to go and vote or not. We'll see. We don't know. There's a lot of rhetoric on both sides. There's a lot of talking on both sides. Anything can happen. We can plummet into World War III. We could have some sort of major grid down cyber attack. There's a lot of things that could happen. And I like to go out into left field sometimes and really just kind of think. And I actually had somebody ask, they said, if you were a part of Team Blue and you wanted to cheat, how would you do it? And it didn't take me but really about a minute or so of thinking. And I said, well, what I would do would be I would start World War III. And then that way, and I would do it very soon, probably within the next 30 days or so. That would take a lot of attention and focus off. And then what I would do is I would make a draft happen. And this is where the cheating part would come in. I would make sure that everybody that registered as Team Red would somehow magically get drafted. And I would do that because A, I get rid of you, you're off somewhere. And B, if you decide to dodge, you're not going to go on November and try and do anything about it because I will have people there that's checking for people that are dodging my draft. And then I tried to do it to where it'd be legal, right? And then people are like, well, they're going to figure out that you made it to where all the red people got drafted. What, 6 months, a year after I've got total control? Good luck, and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. That was my own concoction. So let's see. The spiraling circle of death won't let me keep up. I apologize. I probably triggered something, and who knows, right? Let's see. I get very irritated with people that cling to the brand or a personality. Yeah, I do too. I'm one of those people that I want to hear everybody. As long as you have something that you are speaking, at least intelligently, and you have something that you believe in, even if it's wrong. I love to listen to people that talk about aliens and Bigfoot and all sorts of other stuff. I don't have to believe in it, but I'm interested to hear what your train of thought is. And so I want to hear what Team Blue has to say, Team Red has to say. I want to hear what Independent has to say. I want to hear what the other countries have to say. I'll form my own opinion, which, speaking of, let me see if I can do. Did that go? There we go. So I dropped that into the chat. Let me highlight that. This Friday at, I don't know if it's 8 or 9 now that I said it. Let me see if I can click off here without damaging too much stuff. Hopefully I don't not go out. Let me see what. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. All right. So that link is this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be joining Prepping with Sarge and a few other ones where we're going to go off of prepping a little bit. And we're just going to have a fun little discussion panels about aliens and UFOs and things like that. I just think it's going to be a fun time. So if you're interested, come hang out. If you're not, no hard feelings. Let's see. I was nowhere thinking. Yeah, he is an odd choice. And actually, I even saw the thing to where they are saying that she was not supposed to pick him. And they're actually thinking about taking old man Joe and pulling him back out of retirement and going, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and run. So at this point, I'm not surprised at whatever they do, right? Let's see. Nice theory. It'd take longer than 30 days to spin up. And it very well, it could. And for me, that was just off the top of my head. I've even come up with the things of listing some of the other people. And instead of doing, that side of draft, you just start doing registered firearms owners. Hey, you don't need basic training. You already own one. You're already trained. We're just going to ship you off. Well, no, that's not fair. I don't want to go. Well, then turn yours in and you don't have to go. Win-win situation. So, but again, just crazy ideas, throwing it out there, right? Let's see. Yeah, me too. Are you going to start streaming on Rumble and enter with the cool kids doing it? I have a Rumble account. it's very interesting. I used to do both. When you would, I used to have a little service that when you would hit upload to YouTube, it would automatically start uploading to anything else you were signed up on. And then they started changing rules and licensing, and if you can make money and monetization and ads, and then I got like 4 followers on Rumble, and so I kind of quit because it was too much of a headache and nobody was there. It just didn't seem quite worth the squeeze on that. So, but who knows? Maybe one day they'll kill this channel and I'll have no choice but to go over there, right? VP is a political suicide. No loss there. Can't stand. Yeah. I agree. Completely agree. Is it 7? Where does it say? Well, it says 8 p.m. on there. Maybe that's a different time zone. Uh-oh. All right, I'll have to figure it out, and I'll have to do a little post. Let's see. They probably picked him because how well he helped them. Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. I would say that it's not something completely out of the blue. There's some sort of strategic thing. I don't. He's not going to do anything strategically to help them. They're not picking up anything. He's not one that is enough to where there's an independent that's going to go, I'm on the fence. Oh, you picked him? Okay, now I'm on your side. So it is an odd choice. I'll definitely give you that. Definitely give you that. Let's see. It's not qualified pick. We have. Okay, yeah. That's another one. That's a fair point. I didn't even think about that. It's a good one. Skanes Girl is here. Hello, howdy. Welcome. Great to see you. All right. We've got a bunch of people going. We're doing pretty good for the night. He was the only one that said yes. Yeah, that could very well be. Very well be. And I know there's a lot of other different picks and different other things. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what is going to happen, isn't going to happen. It's what we do in preparedness, right? We prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So if you start looking at it and you go, what's the absolute worst thing that's going to happen? And you go, November 6th, chaos is going to ensue. All right, if that's the worst thing that's going to happen, you've got a idea of an event and you've got a time. What are you doing to work towards being better prepared by that timetable? Don't get scared. Don't have it to where you're in a panic attack and all that. Use it as motivation. What little small attainable goals can you set yourself to become better prepared for that event that you just laid out by that time? That it's attainable. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Uh-oh, Skanes Girl's got a wrench. Let's see. I heard that a dozen or so turned down. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. You definitely heard that one. I think he was at the bottom of the barrel. No one wanted to be picked as career suicide. Yeah. And I can see that, and I can agree with that. And really, and maybe in his eyes, he doesn't think that it's political suicide. Maybe for him, it's getting his name out there a little bit. He's not young, but he's not incredibly old to where maybe he can wait 4 or 8 years, drop back, do a couple of things behind the scenes, and step back up into the limelight. Or he's just doing this, hey, we need somebody to step up as a scapegoat. Go ahead, step up, lose. We'll take care of you on the back end. Maybe there was some sort of deal on that. So I do think it's enlightening to see that Team Blue has no policy statements up. Team Red has at least said what they want to do. Yeah. I see exactly what you mean by that. And I'm not entirely sure where we got into that. It used to be in the political thing. it was always about what platform he was. What am I going to do to improve the American dream, to improve the lives of everybody? And then all of a sudden it got to the point of slinging mud, pointing out the bad and everything like that. And it stopped being about what you're going to do for me. It's about which one of you is worse. And I don't know. Let's see. I've been using a wrench all week. Just don't throw them at people. Let's see. He's doing it as a favor. Yeah. And it very well could be. That's probably one of them ones. If somebody's on the payroll, it might be one of them things of, maybe the plan isn't to keep her. Maybe it's, Team Blue wins and she decides to step away and he's the one that's going to be bought and paid for, that he's just going to step up into it. There's a lot that can happen. And anybody that says, hey, that's absolutely incorrect, it's plausible. It could happen. It doesn't mean that it's going to, but let's see. All right, we are coming close. We are 8 minutes away from everything. So whatever you guys want to do on ending things, this is your chance. You're going to have to hold it for 7 days. Hopefully, I've been having some really good feedback on the prepping lottery video. There was quite a few comments, quite a few emails about that. That was a spur of the moment thing. I literally grabbed the computer and was like, I gotta go make a video. And I think that was probably one of my better videos I put out in quite a while. I felt really good after it. I was kind of hoping that it was going to be good and I was going to get some really good reactions out of it. So let's see. They're just a bunch of puppets, the ones that are in charge behind the scenes. Yeah. I think it's been like that for a long time. Can do wheelie on a unicycle. I did see that he was only worth oh yeah, and that'll be one of them things. If Team Blue wins, I guarantee in year and a half it will be $60 million worth. So yes, Off-Grid Master usually makes sure that I am notified that everything's coming to a close with the Chuck Norris joke. So thank you for that. Which, if you guys did not know, the fun tidbit is there was a guy on the whole, Chuck Norris, things like that. He took a bunch of those and he wrote a Chuck Norris book where it was just those one after another. Chuck Norris did not like it. He went to sue the guy and Chuck Norris lost. So just one of them FYI things. Personally, if I was Chuck Norris, I would have taken it as a compliment and said, hey, I will take a picture and endorse your book and we can both make money. Instead, this is probably one of the first times that, ironically, Chuck Norris lost. So let's see. Anything else? Everything's coming to an end. Chat's coming to a little bit of a slower time. So that means that everything's winding down. I'll go back through and see. I know that there was 2 or 3 things that everybody kind of put in there of, be a good thing to do an episode about this or a show about that or whatnot. I'll go through and try and jot those down. I got a little bit of a busy weekend, but I'm trying to make sure I carve out some time to make sure I'm still getting content out for you guys. So let's see. Susan's out. Good night, Susan. Great to have you here. Hope you have a good night. Everybody's saying night all. Maybe next we'll have to work until dark. Well, thank you for stopping by, and we hope to see you next week. Let's see. Anybody else? Anything at all? We've got 5 minutes. I will let it go for 5 minutes because I don't want anybody to to have that regret that they're in 6 minutes, they're going to be like, man, I should have asked that, or I should have said something. So I will give it another minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and just make sure that everybody's got their chance while I sip out of the Spider-Man cup. Because kind of like Orlando, it's getting very empty. So that is also my clue. Uh-oh. Off-Grid Master has a question. And the question is no. Good night, Texas. I hope you get your house unpacked and everything is good for you. I did see that you got your stuff there, so good on you there. Good night, Divinely Blessed Designs. I hope to see you next week. I hope you have a blessed evening. Let's see. Do you have an AI? If so, what's the program? I do. One of my things is I was going through and I was testing AI. I was downloading various apps. I was actually going to do a show on it. And I kind of paused a little way through it because I didn't know about the legalities of sharing names. And if I didn't share the name, then what's the point? But I wanted to take it to where would it do inappropriate things? Would it curse at you? Would it tell you how to take over the world? You know, what all would its parameters allow you to do? And while I was going through and testing it, I actually downloaded this one by accident and then discovered what it was and figured I would try it. And lo and behold, there you go. So the question is, what is it? The app is called Donna, Donna. And it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, then you've got my email, Southern Tier. So if you need to, get a hold of me, and I will help you with it. It's nifty and it's neat, but that just might be my age, right? So I made an intro and an exit and a new video. Excellent. Which I will share another one. For the rest of you that's in here, let me ask this for you. On the people that you watch, Hudson Valley, Pinball, anybody else, who is your favorite intro? Who has the greatest intro? Because Little Rural has one intro that he absolutely goes nuts over. Like literally he will be in his room, and when he hears it, he will come barreling down the hallway because he knows what it is. Now he won't watch the show, but he will not miss the intro. Let's see. Remember the contest? Yes, remember the contest. Hudson Valley, mine. I agree. We All Gonna Die Wednesday is a really, really good intro. I will put that up there in my favorites. I really like Orlando has that old timey, as well as silver or scorpion medals. There we go. He's got that real old timey, and it pulls at me. I like it. But Little Rural's favorite is Monkey Works. If you know who that is, you know he's got a really kind of classic intro. Little Rural goes nuts over it. That's his absolute favorite. Maybe one time I'm gonna have to make a short about it where he's in his room and I start it, and you can watch him yourself barrel down the hallway because he knows it's kind of fun to watch, actually. But with only a couple of votes, it kind of looks like Hudson Valley won. So congratulations, Hudson Valley. You won the greatest intro award. All right. So with that, thank you guys for spending a little bit of your time with me. We will be back here, same time, same place next week. Reminder, if you are here on the replay, hashtag replay, so that way I know that people are watching the replays. I will be live this Friday. I shared the link. I will continue to share it over on Prepping with Sarge. And this is going to be a fun time to go over there and hang out and all that stuff. There's a lot of videos. I think I got another 3 or 4 already posted. So you guys are taking care of content for me for a little bit. So with that, I hope you guys have an amazing night. I hope you have a blessed night. I want you guys to stay tuned because there's definitely more information to come. And with that, I'm going to remind you, remain united. We're all prepping in this together. Good night, folks.